Welcome to Stella Roos Table, the podcast dedicated to life and everything that comes with it. Come on in and have a seat, grab your beverage of choice, and let's sit down at this table and have a chat. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is where you are. I greet you with a big old Texas smile and a hug from afar. You have tuned in to Stella Roos Table, the podcast dedicated to life and everything that comes along with it. We talk about some of everything. So I hope you grab you a nice little drink of your choice, a beverage of your choice, whether tea, coffee, whatever that may be. Let's sit back and relax and have this good old conversation. So before we get started on our subject, excuse me for the fumble, today I have a spotlight. I have really enjoyed doing spotlights on YouTubers and new companies or just companies that I have come across, and I am really finding some really cool stuff. So today's spotlight is Ezine, Ezinne Awa, AWA-TV. Again, that's Ezine Awa TV. I hope I said it right. Ezinne Awa-TV, and that is a YouTuber that I came across, and that channel is a celebration of light and life with a touch of French language, and it's a nice little channel. It gives you the opportunity to learn a little French, and I have really been enjoying it as I've been going through. I'm trying. I'm not that good at foreign languages, but I am trying a little bit. It's a beautiful language. And then they actually just uploaded a video this morning where they're singing love songs, and I really thought that was really sweet. So I just wanted to share that spotlight with you guys. Again, that's Ezine Awa TV, Ezinne Awa-TV, and that is on YouTube. Go ahead and stop by over there and go ahead and give it a click and subscribe while you're sitting over there. Don't just sit there and be listening and reaping all the benefits and you ain't subscribing. That's not nice. But go ahead and subscribe while you're over there, and in the midst of you subscribing, share that channel and those videos with some people that might be wanting to learn a new language or just finding something different to look at and view, because of course it is absolutely it's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I'm gonna say is it's just amazing. I was very impressed when I got to looking through it. So go ahead and give it a try. And if you're listening to this on Spreaker, then you can click the link that I've provided within the upload. So and get to that channel. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, today our subject is something short and sweet, and something that's just been on my heart that I wanted to share with you guys. And so today's topic is when life hits you hard. What things should you remember? Things that you need to remember when life hits you really hard. Sometimes life throws us a curveball that we cannot hit, okay? And I have been the recipient of this on quite a few occasions. And recently my husband and I kind of went through some things, and life just happened. And it happened repeatedly for like a week straight, and it hit us pretty hard. But when I go through things that are not that great and not good, and things that cause me hurt and pain or whatever, I have to remind myself, and I'm sorry for me moving around so much, guys. I'm trying to kind of get comfortable here. But I have to remind myself of certain things. And these are the things that I wanted to share with you. So let's get into it. So the first thing is that when life hits you hard, it's okay to stop for a minute and feel the hurt and feel the disappointment and feel the sadness and feel the anger. You have to go ahead and allow yourself to feel that and process that, because when you hold all that in and keep it pushed down, that is when you get sick and you get headaches, and then you become bitter, and You're trying to figure out what's wrong with you and why you don't feel like yourself is because you're holding all of that in. So it's okay for a moment to go ahead and feel that and process it and feel the pain and the hurt and the anger. And I know things had kind of happened so abruptly to us. We were like, what is going on? And then at one point we were both just sitting there looking at each other, and then we just burst out laughing because we could not believe that this series of unfortunate events had happened to us for a week straight. And we were upset and we were hurt and we were angry, but staying there was not an option. So we just looked at each other like, oh my God. We couldn't do anything but laugh. So now, in saying that, remember that it's okay to feel that, and it's okay to process that and allow those feelings to happen, but you can't stay there. So remember, you can't stay there. If you stay in that anger and that sadness and that depression and you wallow in it, there's a few things. First thing is that you can make yourself sick and you can get headaches and all that other kind of stuff because you're just dwelling in that pain. The next thing is you're not accomplishing anything. What good does it do to just sit there and dwell on all of it? None at all. So you got to get up, dust yourself off, and you got to get out and clear your head so that you can think of solutions and figure out what to do, and or if there is anything that you can do. So you can only control what you can control, but dwelling in that serves no purpose. Now, also in saying that, it's okay. If you feel like you just can't pull yourself out of it, it's okay to reach out for some help. And if that means you're reaching out to some family members or a family member that you trust or a friend that you really trust, or even getting some professional help. I know that I myself have had to reach out to a therapist or two because I just couldn't get past that mark that moment I was in, and I needed help. And we're taught in our cultures that therapy is not the way to go, that you just need to suck it up and move on. Well, that's not always the case, and that's not always how some people can't do that. And so it's okay to reach out, and there's no shame in reaching out for professional help if that's what you need. So get up, go clear your mind, go to the batting cage, go to dinner with your family, go do something fun, and you're going to get those questions. All this stuff that just happened to you, how you out here having fun? Well, being mad and angry and sad and crying is not serving a purpose, so I need to go clear my head so I can think straight. Because when you're out and you're sad and you're angry, you can't really think straight. You have to breathe and say, okay, now what do I do, or where do we go from here? And you got to get your head clear, because when you're angry and you're sad, you don't always make great decisions, and that's just the truth. The next thing that you have to remember is sometimes things happen in your life. You have to take it and look at it as lemons to lemonade, so to speak. Difficult things happen and make you a better person or a better version of you. Sometimes things have to happen so that you can appreciate the better later. I'm just going to give you an example. I was in a bad marriage, was mistreated, didn't truly love me, and I went through a phase where I was not ready. After that marriage ended, I was not ready to be married or be in a relationship with anyone, because I had to learn how to love myself first so that I can be loved. When I met my husband, my current husband, I was able to appreciate him more for who he is, because I had gone through that bad. I saw what the bad looked like, so I knew how to appreciate the good. I appreciate how he loved me, how he cares for me, how he takes care of me, how we're a team in everything that we do. And so I had to remember, this is what I came from, so this is good, so let's appreciate that. And and another example, like when we were growing up, when I was growing up, at least when I was, our parents didn't buy us a car, because they felt like if you just buy it, then you're not really going to appreciate it and take care of it. So you had to work to buy your own so you can have a better appreciation. So it's kind of in that same realm when you go through some things and you have to work through it, and things happen, you can be a better version of you and remember where you were versus where you are now, and you can better appreciate it. I know for a fact, like right now, if I won $1 million, I would be no good, and that money would probably just get blown to bits because I ain't ready for $1 million. But I can appreciate it. I'm being funny and facetious, but I'm being real. So sometimes things happen in your life to open the door for your purpose and the destiny that you're walking into. And so that you can learn how to be appreciative and be humble and be a better version of you and remember what not to do, because this is what got you here. So now I'm trying to get to the better place, you see. Now, the next thing that you also have to remember is that you are stronger than you think. If you were not, you wouldn't still be here. I know people say it all the time. God never puts more on you than you can bear, and you want to challenge that and say, bull crap. Because I don't think I can handle this. However, it's a true statement in the realm of, guess what? You're still here. If you were not a strong person, you would not still be here. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And you have to remind yourself that every day. Every time something happens, or every day, I remind myself you're a strong person. And when things happen, I say, hey, you're stronger than this. You can get past this. You're strong. You can do this. You can take it. You're going to be okay. I have to, sometimes you have to talk to yourself and remind yourself. And there's a song by Donald Lawrence. It says, encourage yourself. It's from a scripture in the Bible. And it tells you to encourage, that David had to encourage himself, And sometimes you have to do that, because a lot of times in your life, you got people that you love, that you adore, but they're not really going to encourage you the way you need to be encouraged. So sometimes you got to speak to yourself. You got to get in that mirror and talk to yourself. And you got to have moments with yourself. And when I say moments with yourself, I'm not saying like having full conversations and answering yourself, because that's what my children say. When you answer yourself, that's when you kind of special in the head. But you but you have to actually encourage yourself. I'm worth this. I'm stronger than this. I can do this. I can bounce back from this situation. So you are stronger than you think. Now, last but not least, is giving up is never an option. And remember that when you give up, when you stop trying, that's when you fail. Donnie McClurkin has a song that says, we fall down, but we get up. That's one of my favorites, because when you fall down, you just have to get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. And I used to tell my children all the time, as long as you're moving, you're on your way to doing what you need to do and making your way in the world and being successful and walking into your destiny. When you stop moving, you fail. So even if it's inch by inch, you have to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Even if it knocks you 5 feet down, you still have to get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Just keep trying, keep moving. Giving up is not an option. Do not give up on what you're trying to do. Do not give up on your dreams. No matter what happens, keep moving. Get up, dust yourself off. Setbacks are going to happen, because that's life. Life hits you hard, but in the midst of your setbacks, you still have to just keep moving. You take 3 steps back. Somebody pulls me 3 steps back, I take 4 steps forward. And that means I gained 1. So that's how you keep going. You just got to keep going and not give up. So just to recap, these are things that we're going to remember when life hits us hard. It's okay to feel the hurt and the pain and the disappointment. You just don't stay there. Reach out for help if you need to. Sometimes things happen in your life that are very difficult, but it allows you to use it as a tool to step into your open doors and your destiny, because it allows you to be humble enough to remember where you came from and remember where you're going. Number 3 is you got to be strong. You got to remember that you're stronger than what you realize. You're stronger than you think you are, because if you weren't, you wouldn't still be here. And last but not least, giving up is not an option. We're going to do this thing together, y'all. I'm not going to give up, and neither are y'all. It has been a true pleasure speaking with you guys and sharing with you guys on today. We do have some new shows coming up. I know we've been out for a minute, but like I said, life happens. Happened to me. But we got some new shows coming up that we have taped, and they're being edited, and they're going to be flooded out here in the next week or so. And I got some guests and some interviews, and it's just lovely. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited that you guys still love me enough to give me a listen every now and then. So now keep in mind, don't forget, our spotlight for this week is Ezinne Awa TV, EZINNEAWA TV, and that is on YouTube. Go ahead and give them a listen and learn you a little French. Now, if you want to contact me, you can contact me through StellaRoosTable@gmail.com. You can leave questions or, give me suggestions on topics that you might want to hear about. So go ahead and send me an email, drop me an email. You can find us on Facebook, and you can also find us on YouTube, and you can find us on Instagram, and that is Stella Roos Table. And so just keep in mind that, we're out there. We're here for you. You're here for me. I love you guys so very much. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad to be back in the new season. So glad to be back. So happy to be back to working. So glad to be back. As always, guys, I love you, love you, love you. I appreciate your time. And remember, as we always say, live life, laugh often, and eat some good food while you're doing it. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day.